finisher.
Well, that is the formalities over. As the referee will now call Sun Gang and Matteo Betti into the on-guard position.
Had fairly comfortable routes through to the gold medal match, both of them. But if anyone can beat the Chinese fencer, it's Betti. The way he fences is great. Already seeing that distance he creates with the lean going backwards. And the Italians in with a big shout here.
Straight away, really using that distance, trying to stay out of an attack from Sun. But Sun being patient.
Yeah, Betti needs to watch that cart parry. Is a bit further forward when he tries to take it. The windscreen wiper going across the body. The safer parry for him is that circular cease coming underneath the blade and then whipping up. And they're picking up the blade and then turning it into an attack. Video called here. I mean, maybe there'll be a change of phrasing to parry riposte rather than attack.
Well, it's unusual to see a video call quite so early, so Sun Gang must have been pretty confident that the referee's decision was incorrect.
There's a beat on the blade, but he brings his arm backwards, and I can't see how the referee's going to give this to Sun. If you take a beat on the blade in foil, you get the right of way. If you hit your opponent's blade, you get the right of way. But you have to use it straight away. And he doesn't. And so he's just burnt one of his two videos here, early doors. There's a reason you don't use them necessarily.
Well, you'd think as double Paralympic champion, he would have been pretty certain. So unusual, and just maybe giving Betti a little bit of confidence that.
Feels so different when you're inside your mask. You know what you want to do, you know what you're trying to do. You can't see when you necessarily make a mistake. Oh, nice hit though. Even at full stretch backwards, Sun's proven he can get to Betti now. That's going to change the complex of the match. I think that what can happen here now is that Sun threatens the target with these attacks, then sits back, waits for something to come from Betti, and then goes in exactly like that.
You go and stop.
Exactly. So he's waiting for him to make that mistake, because he knows now that he can get Betti at full stretch going backwards. Complexion of the match going to change now.
Well, this is category A, so the lesser of the two categories when it comes to impairments. That's why you see quite so much movement. Stronger control of the core and the trunk, and these athletes certainly using that to their full advantage. It's incredible how fast and mobile they are on these sitting wheelchairs.
En garde. Prêt. Allez.
He's leaving the flank exposed here. And Sun has seen that. Betti has been hit twice in the same spot. Basically just behind his elbow as we look at him.
Well, Betti, it seemed initially might have been able to get out of the reach of Sun, but not able to. Is that going to have to be some change in tactics coming from the Italian as a result of this?
He's going to have to either come out on the attack or he's going to have to show the flank and say, come on, then come and hit me, and then find a parry. But it's a difficult spot to parry that. And now what happens is Sun says, right, I can get you there, so I'm going to fake to go there, and then I'll finish somewhere else. This the advantage of 4 points now makes it very difficult for Betti. Yeah, first one is no that time. The thing is, one of the options is for Betti to attack. Sun's just not giving him the opportunity to. Every time he moves his hand forwards, he's taking the blade. And if he doesn't move forward, Sun just attacks. Faking high, coming to flank, and then finishing to body.
Well, it's only going to get harder. As you said, Sun, with that advantage, just gives him a little bit more chance to have that flair and to leaves Betti just having to react to his actions.
Yep, and now Betti's going to burn his video here because Sun has done a solid beat attack. And yes, I agree, Betti did look for the blade himself. He did try and do a beat himself, but that's just much stronger in terms of the parry. And in fact, Betti does a couple of changes of line on the way through once the final extension comes from Sun. As soon as he spotted that he could hit the flank, this whole fight changed.
Well, we saw the scoreline changes dramatically with it and really made the most of that opportunity, which he obviously created in the first place. It's easy for us to sit here and say, well, look how easy it is for him now, but Matteo Betti just struggling to find an answer for that solution that Sun Gong is currently running with.
Mask clips come off in the middle of that. Or is it just flapping around? Yeah, it might just be flapping around. Mask clip of Betti, you see just coming over his right shoulder. And this is dominant.
It is, and we sometimes see that 1 minute break can change proceedings slightly, and Matteo Betti is right away having to listen to firm instructions from his coach. How can this minute just change the momentum of the match for the Italian?
Well, possibly. I mean, Simone Vanni is a great coach, well respected. But the thing is, he talked about Sun being defending champion. He's got Gong Zhu Hong as a coach on his side. He's up against a world silver medalist, and he's making it look relatively easy. It's not comfortable. He's still having to work very hard to get these hits. But because he's created this fear in Betti that I can get you on the flank, Betti's just thinking, right, I need to protect the flank, I need to protect the flank. And then all of a sudden he's getting hit all over the shop, and then he stops thinking about his fencing. Vanni should be there going, draw a line under it, forget what the score is, point by point, fence. Just put your best on the piste.
Well, the Mars return. It is a 6-point lead for the Paralympic defending champion, Sun Gang. So from what we've just witnessed, looks as though he's in control of this match. It's not unusual to see these wires just fall off and get caught by their opponents' blades.
On guard. Prêt. Allez. Out. Attack. No voilà.
Signs of life from Betti.
Prêt. Allez. Attack, no voilà.
Yeah, so he's coming out now, Betti, to lure the attack. He's leaning in to say, come on, come and attack me, so that he can make miss by leaning backwards. Get the right of way. That time was actually a counter-attack because Sun beat the blade. But a change of tactics straight away, and what does Sun do? All right, I'm going to go and hit you where I know it hurts the most. Not in terms of physical pain, but I've got you on that flank again. Just under the arm rather than the flank that time. Oh, that is special. That is really special. He had him completely flummoxed there. Didn't know where to go.
Prêt, out. En garde. Prêt, allez. Attaque. Touche. Prise de fer.
Sun Gang seems to just be able to answer to everything that Matteo Betti is throwing at him.
He's fencing at a different speed. The last 3 hits, he's made Betti look slow, and Betti's not a slow fencer, but he's fencing at a different level at the moment.
No change. Prise de fer, attaque. Touche. And you stay in the same position too.
And the referee again sticking with his decision.
And that's a killer blow for Betti, hearing the referee go, and you stayed in the same position. You were stuck.
One.
Yeah, right. Needs to add the point. Because the video was called before the hit was added, I'm sure of that. I think he should be on 12.
0 video, 1 video. En garde.
Oh, staying at 11. And it must be right, because Sun's not making any complaints, and nor is the Chinese coach. The attack from that defensive position is electric. It's explosive for Sun. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, look at this scoreline. 10 points. Sun Gang leads by 2 hits required to defend that title, make that 1. This has suddenly been a bit of a one-sided display of extremely wonderful fencing by Sun Gang. And he rounds that up. Well, what a tremendous performance by a defending champion. Sun Gang regains his title as Paralympic champion in this men's foil category A. And my goodness, did he do it in style.
Let's put this into context. Matteo Betti has not been taken to double figures throughout this competition. 2 15.9s and a 15.4 to make it to the gold medal match, and he's just been taken apart. He's got a silver medal and is saluting the crowd. He'll be happy with making the gold medal match in such comfort, but boy oh boy, Sun Gang was on a different level here in the Grand Palais.